Okay, hey YouTube, I wanted to shoot a quick recap of some of the stuff that we saw in the video yesterday. It was, I went back and I realized that you've seen all the typical Thai street food stalls as I walk down the street. So I'm just gonna list them out to you really quickly. I'll probably flash them on the screen. I think if you want to be familiar with the street food stalls before you get here, or when you come back so you can eat more street food, here are some quick tips on how to identify them. The first one that we got to is the Tham Sang stall. These are the stalls that you can order what you want. Basically, if you know the dish that you want to order, you can just walk up and order that, tell them you want chicken or however you want to have it. That's the first one, Tham Sang. The second one is the rice stall, where you can rock up and for like 7 baht you can get a bunch of rice in a bag. So these are really great places. A lot of people don't know about them. They always look the same. They always have these styrofoam boxes at the front. The third is the Thai Chinese food. The Thai Chinese food is what a lot of people eat. The khao gai. This is the Hainese chicken rice, the pork leg. These are all from the Thai Chinese heritage, and they're all over the city. That goes along with the other types of Thai Chinese food, where you'll have what they'll call Khao Tom. This is where you see the fresh ingredients hanging in the window. Sometimes there's some meat hanging in the window. A lot of times there'll be veggies with it too. And you can kind of order what you want there, or quite often they'll be older establishments, so they'll have a menu and you can go in and order that too. So the fifth thing, when we got to that stretch of the road where I kind of got really excited, there was a ton of khao gang right there. Khao gang is Thailand's fast food. That's where people walk up and they grab bags of food to take home. So everything is pre-made. It's usually made either in the morning or put out for evening time for those 2 rushes. People go by, grab it in a bag. It's usually cheap, it's usually delicious. You do have to kind of be careful. You do want food that's been made freshly. You don't want the stuff that has been sitting around too long. The next thing is Khanom Jin. This is the one with all the condiments that I explained. It's the fermented noodle, the white stringy spaghetti looking noodle. It's always covered with these typical Thai curries, a green curry, a spicy fish stomach curry, and it's intense, but it's a great choice for street food. If you really want to go authentic Thai, that's the one for you. This is the one I'm still waiting to get famous, waiting for this dish to get famous and go around the world. Some of the other stalls, some of the smaller stalls that are also pretty common, you have the hot drink stall. It's kind of hot drinks / desserts. So I think my number 6 was hot drinks. This is like where you can get pumpkin juice, which they sell in the morning. A lot of people like to have that in the morning. They usually drink it hot. Sometimes you can get the hot ginger tea with the tapioca pudding in it, and they have a couple of other things. There's a few sweeter things that would probably be considered dessert, but it's kind of a little hybrid stall. And then we saw full-on dessert stalls there, which is my number 7. Number 8 it's probably the mystery meat. Thailand's pretty famous for that. Any kind of meat grilling station, you see the stuff on a stick. And number 9, real full-on grilling stations. A lot of them might have papaya salad or sometimes too, but they're focused on grilling meat. So like the seafood place that we saw, the place that I walked up and the lady had the fish covered in the salt, and she had mussels there that looked really tasty. Those places are places that are great to grab and go. And then finally, today's update is a really quick video about the Isan stall that I stopped at. That's very quick. That's 10 of the most typical common types of Thai street food. I will list them out for you in the description box down below. Enjoy the Isan food today. And so for this section of the road, I think you want to be on the other side of the street, because I see a lot of people eating over there. A few more restaurants to choose from. Yeah, it looks more interesting over there. I'm gonna walk a little further on this side of the street. What I'm seeing now is mostly like made to order stuff and noodles that I can see from that I can see from this side of the road. But yeah, so you kind of have to watch a little bit. If you're just wondering for food, where we walked so far is more than enough to get you fed. But if you're interested in more street food, and I see an interesting stall coming up, I might have to stop and cross the street. It's called LARP Udon. Oh, and we're gonna, yeah, I think we're gonna cross the street for this one. I made it to one of these LARP spots that I was talking about. It was a little crazy crossing the street, but I'm here now. Got a cold beer, got a couple of dishes, including, let's see, it's definitely duck tongue. We've got the LARP, the minced meat. It's all duck meat, which is basically their signature dish. And then this is gang om, so it's kind of like, I guess it's more of a herbal type soup. It's got plenty of spice and flavor to it though, and your obligatory, like when you're eating Isan food, I'm afraid that most people don't do anything with this. They don't eat it at all, but they put it on the table for you. I recommend having some of it. It's mostly like cabbage, and it looks like there's some horpa, the sweet basil underneath there. This looks like a stunning place. They have some pork neck that is glimmering and looking delicious. I might have to order that later. I think I've got my hands full with just what I ordered now, and I want to taste it for you before it gets too dark out here. It's a very local stall. They serve it with sticky rice. There are no utensils on the table, so I'm gonna go in with my hands, except for maybe this soup. They don't really yeah, that might be too messy. On second thought, I'm gonna ask them for a spoon and a fork. But yeah, they were a little bit reluctant to talk to me. They had to have one of the older ladies come up because everybody else was too afraid. Probably afraid that they would have to speak English with me, but that's okay. We got things going now. I like sitting right behind them. You can see where all the action is happening. I can spot on the dishes that are flying by. If I decide that I see something that I want, I can just kind of wave one of these girls down and be like, hey, what was that? Can you feed me that too? They don't seem to mind that at all. All right, so while I'm waiting on my spoon and fork, I think I'm gonna come out. Well, it's here now, but who cares? I'm still gonna go ahead and bite into this duck tongue. The duck tongue is like, they have grilled this, they have split the beak in half. So you got this tongue that's kind of falling over the top of the half beak. It's chewy, yeah, it's chewy, it's salty because they've seasoned it. It's a bit too, it's kind of like chicken feet, right? It's a little bit work to eat, but people kind of associate it with like good memories and tasty things that they ate when they were young. So it might be a little weird to people who've never eaten this, but it's a delicacy to people who love Isan food, or just love Thai food in general. It's only like one or 2 bites of meat. It's very well seasoned and has a smoky flavor. It may sound scary, but I don't think if you guys were able to taste this, that you would think it's very scary or exotic at all. I would love to see this at like a southern barbecue or something, because it's just like Thai picnic style food. You want to eat this like when you're sitting in the park or sitting on the side of the road or hanging out with friends, watching a game, having a beer, or watching YouTube. Very tasty, requires a little bit of work. But I think we should go ahead and taste the soup, wash it down a bit with a little bit of spice. Whoa. Just the broth on that is pretty amazing. I think the Laotian one, they would actually use a herb that it's kind of mouth numbing. This one is similar. It does have a very herbal feel to it. Something that you would want to eat if you were sick. They've got galangal in here, kind of helping both pick up the spice and pick up the kind of herbal quality to it. I think I see some cabbage in here. A little bit of lemongrass. There's some chilies floating around in there, and definitely kaffir lime leaf. But none of those by themselves can really explain the flavor of the dish. It's slightly sweet, very spicy, and I think there's some pak chi lao. I think this is probably the dominant flavor in the dish. Yeah, it's definitely that. Let me go ahead and get to the signature dish. I love LARP. I especially have a place in my heart for duck LARP. I love duck everything. I normally expect duck lard when I order it to come out as super minced and kind of like a fluffy taste to it. This one is quite different. It's chopped up, but it's not minced, so it's got these big chunks in it. Different but very flavorful. Oh, they turned the light on for me. Got red onions, mint. You got the pulverized rice or the khao krua. You got some spring onions in there. Mint. Oh, I said that, didn't I? Not overly spicy. I would say it doesn't have a whole lot of heat on it compared to that soup. It tastes kind of sweet and soothing. The texture, honestly, is very similar to pork. If I didn't know, I would think this is pork. The way the meat looks is a little bit different, but the actual color and the mouthfeel is quite similar to pork. Very yummy. I would come back here just for this dish. But the fact that they have so many other tasty things here is what really makes this place awesome. A great way to end my little walk today. I feel like I didn't even get to the other side of the street. I kind of stopped halfway. This is far enough. There's so much food on the street. Please come check out this area. A lot of people raving on and on about Sukhumvit and crying about Sukhumvit 38. The street food stalls are closing. Wow, all of this stuff. There's still street food in Bangkok. It's still everywhere. It's still affordable. It's still delicious. It's still plentiful. You might have to go walk a little bit further. You might have to keep looking for it. But there's plenty to be had. So don't give up the search. Stay at it. And somebody's got to help me eat all this good food. So thanks for watching. Click like, share this video. Love y'all. Thanks for keeping it positive. Thank you for your great comments. I'll see you soon. All right, guys, amazing meal. Today's bonus footage is gonna be of their pork neck, which I haven't ordered yet. So I'm gonna creep on over. They've got a grill station. The guy is basically gonna clamp the meat down into one of these little metal racks that kind of flattens the meat out so it kind of cooks evenly. He's gonna give it a couple of flips over the charcoal. Technically it's already cooked, but he wants to heat it up and give it that kind of charcoal aroma. It even without that, it's already like glistening. So he'll pull it out of that kind of meat clamp and then he'll slice it up. So that's today's bonus footage. See you soon.